How's it going, everyone? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again for another video. Figured I'd make it on the phone here, just a quick recap of what's just happened. You guys can read the title, and you probably already know, if you're on Twitter, you've probably already seen a lot of takes on it. But Pierre Engvall has signed a contract extension with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Pierre Engvall's impressed a lot of people. I think he has a lot of what people are looking for, and again, opinions are opinions, but I think the Maple Leafs see what they're looking for in Pierre Engvall, and that's a bigger guy, a little bit physical, who can put up some points. He went on a couple stretches this year where he was having some decent games and putting up goals or scoring some goals. I think there was like a 3 or 4 game stretch where he scored in consecutive games. And I think he's doing quite well for himself. So he signed a 2-year contract extension. The average annual value of the contract is $1.25 million. Now, here's the thing. This is what a lot of people are overlooking with this contract. Sure, if you look at it, okay, you're paying a depth forward over $1 million, but this is what you need to look at. First of all, if the Leafs decide that Pierre Engvall is expendable, he's probably tradable pretty quickly. But they're not going to do that. If they figure that he won't have a roster spot next year for the Toronto Maple Leafs and they want to send him back down to the Toronto Marlies, well, they can do that because they can bury most of his contract in the minor leagues. So his contract will really only cost the Leafs just over $100,000 on their cap if they decide that Engvall needs to go and play for the Marlies. But I doubt that he would get down to the Marlies. I don't think that this is a two-way deal. It's a one-way contract. So I'm not sure how it would work, how he would go back down. But regardless, he's also available for the expansion draft when that happens as well. So another forward that the Leafs have to worry about either protecting or leaving exposed, which with the amount of players that they have, there's a good chance he would be exposed. Anyways, this is a good deal. So Engvall's 23 years old, has registered 14 points, 7 goals, and 7 assists in 35 games this year with the Maple Leafs. Obviously, the Sweden native also appeared in 94 career AHL appearances with the Marlies, recording 56 points, 30 goals, 26 assists. He added 15 points, 4 goals, 11 assists in 34 career playoff games with the Marlies as well, and captured the Calder Cup with the Marlies in 2018. He was a very important player. He's impressed a lot of people. I think he's climbed the rankings for a lot of people as well in terms of players that just came out of nowhere. I know Steve Dangle was always really high on him. And as soon as I started watching more of the Marlies and focusing on some of their depth, I was like, okay, Engvall's a player. I like the way he plays the game, and the Leafs called him up, and he hasn't really gone down since. The guy's been playing really well. So Engvall is originally a 7th-round pick, so see, guys, even the late picks, they get it done. 188th overall in the 2014 NHL draft, and then at the end of this press release, they just little promo for the game tomorrow against the Dallas Stars at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you look at it this way, the Leafs are locking up pretty much all of who they need to lock up for next year, but it also makes other players expendable if they want to trade somebody, and obviously not the big, 3 or 4 players like Matthews, Marner, Tavares, Nylander. Those guys aren't the guys I'm talking about. If the Leafs need to make a trade and they feel like a guy like Andreas Johnsson or Kerfoot or Kapanen is expendable, which I can't see how all 3 of those guys play for the Leafs next year. I think one of them will be traded, and I think it's going to be Johnsson. But again, you have depth. You acquire maybe you acquire a defenseman. You use one of those forwards to acquire a defenseman. That could happen before the NHL draft. Or the NHL trade deadline. I don't know. There's a lot of things that could go on, but the Leafs are essentially getting more depth. They're adding to their forward group by not having to go into this offseason and negotiating a contract with Pierre Engvall. It's a good signing. It makes sense, and I like the player. I think he's really good. He gets his money, over $1 million. Congratulations, Pierre Engvall. All the Pierres are signing today because Pierre LeBrun also signed an extension with TSN and The Athletic earlier this year, so congrats to him. But yeah, I'm going to have a preview ready for the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Dallas Stars for tomorrow's game. You guys will see that in the morning, depending on when you're watching this. But congrats, Pierre Engvall. Great contract. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Join the squad. Let's get to 7,000 subscribers. Check out my other videos so you're not just staring at my background, which is my bedroom. I have videos in front of a more professional looking setup, but upgrades are coming to that very soon. All right, so yeah, I appreciate you guys as always, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.